Hello, this video is designed to help women learn English. This video will focus on words relating to pregnancy. Pregnancy is another word for being pregnant. To say that I'm enjoying my pregnancy means I'm enjoying being pregnant. Human pregnancy lasts 9 months. We say that humans have a 9-month gestation. Gestation is the word meaning length of time of pregnancy. Elephants have a gestation of 22 months. This is another way of saying that elephants are pregnant for 22 months. In humans, the gestation period is divided into 3 parts. Each part is called a trimester. The first trimester is the first 3 months of pregnancy. The second trimester are the middle 3 months of pregnancy, and the third trimester are the final 3 months of pregnancy. During pregnancy, the baby develops. Develop is a word meaning to grow. Development is another word for growth. During the first trimester, it is common to have an ultrasound to check the baby's development. An ultrasound photo is also called a sonogram and is a picture of the baby inside the mother. During the first trimester, the baby is called an embryo. From 11 weeks, the baby is called a fetus until it is born. These words correspond to the stages of development. When the baby is born, it is called a newborn or an infant. A newborn is a baby which is newly born. An infant is a baby which is less than 1 year old. Baby is a very common word, and if you simply call it a baby, you will still be correct. Pregnant women will often see the words natal, prenatal, neonatal, and perinatal. Natal means birth. It is wise to have a natal plan. Prenatal means before birth. Prenatal yoga is a form of exercise to help the mother stay fit. Neonatal is a word relating to newborn infants. Many hospitals have a neonatal intensive care unit, also called an NICU. Perinatal means the time around birth. The perinatal period begins at 154 days gestation and ends 7 days after birth. The date when a baby is due to be born is called the due date. The due date means when the baby is due to be born. Babies who are born early have a premature birth. Her baby was born 2 weeks premature. Premature means early. Babies who are born after their due date are called overdue. Overdue means late. If a baby is overdue, it is common for the birth to be induced. Induce means to cause. So, for example, the doctor gave me an injection to induce labour. Obstetrics is the field of medicine relating to pregnancy. Gynecology is the field of medicine relating to women. Doctors who specialise in obstetrics are called obstetricians. An obstetrician is a doctor who specialises in pregnancy and birth. A gynecologist is a doctor who specialises in women's health. An OB/GYN is a combination of obstetrics and gynecology. When your baby is born, you will probably have a midwife. A midwife is a qualified nurse who helps the mother before, during, and after birth. You may also hear the term doula. Doula is someone who specialises in helping the mother before, during, and after birth. Unlike midwives, not all doulas have medical qualifications. Sometimes women choose to have both a midwife and a doula. The womb or uterus is the part of the mother's body where the fetus develops. The placenta is a temporary organ which develops during pregnancy. It is attached to the mother's womb. It is expelled after birth as it is no longer needed. The afterbirth is the placenta which is expelled after birth. The umbilical cord is like a string or rope that connects the fetus to the placenta. It conveys oxygen and nutrients from the placenta to the fetus. After birth, it is common for the umbilical cord to be clipped, tied, or cut. The place where it attached to the baby is called the belly button. Everyone has a belly button. It is the part of the body where your umbilical cord was attached when you were a fetus. While inside the womb, the fetus is surrounded by a liquid called amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid is the liquid surrounding the fetus. This is the liquid which comes out when a woman goes into labour. Labour is the process of giving birth or delivering a baby. Giving birth, having a baby, and delivery all mean the same thing. Born is a word for birth that has already happened. My infant was born 2 months ago. This means that my baby is 2 months old. During labour, the mother will experience contractions. Contract is a verb meaning to shorten. A contraction is when the muscles of the uterus contract to push out the baby. Contractions occur throughout pregnancy, but when the baby is due, they increase in frequency and intensity. During labour, a doctor or midwife will check to see how far the cervix is dilated. Dilation means opening or widening of the cervix. Cervix is the bottom of the uterus which holds the baby. When the baby's head is visible, it is called crowning. Visible means it can be seen. The crown is another word for the top of the head. Sometimes a doctor will perform a caesarian operation, also called a C-section. C-sections are common and very safe. A caesarian or C-section is a surgical operation to remove the baby through the mother's abdomen. The process of labour can be very painful. Often the mother will be asked if she wants anaesthetic. Anaesthetic means without sensation. It is another word for pain relief. Different types of anaesthetic used in childbirth include epidural injection and nitrous oxide gas. An epidural is an anaesthetic injection. Nitrous oxide gas is an anaesthetic gas which you inhale. Anaesthesia is optional but is necessary for a C-section. Sometimes babies die before they are born. A fetus that dies before 20 weeks gestation is called a miscarriage. After 20 weeks, it is called a stillbirth. My friend's baby was stillborn, and years later she is still sad. Some babies are born with congenital defects. Congenital means a disease or physical abnormality present from birth. Some abnormalities are preventable, others are hereditary. Hereditary means inherited. Vitamin B9, also called folate, is an important vitamin which helps prevent some forms of congenital defects. Some foods are fortified with folic acid, which is converted into folate when eaten. In some countries, bread is fortified with folic acid to ensure that pregnant women eat enough of it. Fortified food is food which has had vitamins added to it. There are many more words relating to pregnancy and birth, but now you know all the most important ones. Thanks for listening. This video was made with Adobe, but I don't recommend it. It was really annoying.